So you did it. You've spent all that time coding, debugging, and finally perfecting your Django application. It runs like a dream on your computer. But now for the big question. How do you get it out of your machine and into the hands of the entire world? Well, in this explainer, we are going to pull back the curtain and demystify deployment. Right, your app is built, it's finished, it's ready to go, but it's just kind of stuck there on your laptop, isn't it? This, right here, is the call to adventure for every developer. It's that moment you go from just creating something to actually publishing it. Deployment is that super exciting and, yeah, sometimes intimidating next step that turns your local project into a real, live web application that anyone can visit. But hold on, before we launch our rocket into cyberspace, we have got to run a thorough pre-flight check. I mean, you wouldn't just hop into a cockpit and hope for the best, would you? Of course not. And it's the exact same thing with your app. Getting this preparation right is the difference between a smooth, beautiful launch and, well, let's just say a not-so-beautiful fiery explosion. Okay, so here are 4 things that are absolutely non-negotiable before you go live. First up, you've got to secure your app. The #1 rule is setting debug to false. You do not want to expose sensitive info to the whole world. Second, your database. That little SQLite file you've been using, it's great for development, but for production, you need something robust, like Postgres. Third, your static files, all your CSS and JavaScript. You need to gather them all up so your web server can find them. And last, but maybe most important, protect your secrets. Your API keys and passwords should never be in your code. We use environment variables to keep them safe and sound. All right, with our app all prepped and ready for takeoff, it is time to choose our path. And here's the thing you need to know. There is no single best way to deploy. It really all depends on your project, what you're trying to do, your budget, and how much you want to manage yourself. So we're going to explore 3 totally distinct roads, and each one has its own unique landscape and its own set of challenges. And this table really gets to the heart of the decision, doesn't it? It's all a trade-off. Over on one end, you've got Heroku. Super low effort, but you also get low control. It's absolutely perfect for beginners or just getting a prototype online fast. All the way on the other end is AWS. Super high effort, but you get an insane amount of power and control. It's built for massive scale. And sitting right there in the middle is DigitalOcean, giving you a really nice balance of both. Let's dig into what that actually feels like. Let's start with our first path, Heroku. I love this analogy. Think of it as the furnished apartment. Heroku is what's called a platform as a service, or PaaS for short. What that means is the server, the operating system, the web server, all the hard setup stuff is already done and managed for you. You basically just show up with your suitcase, or, in this case, your code, unpack your bags, and you're pretty much ready to go. And this is the magic of Heroku, boiled down into one single command. Seriously. Once you've configured your project just a little bit, this is how you deploy. You just push your code using Git, something you're already doing anyway. It is unbelievably simple, and it's a huge reason why so many people love it for getting their first projects and prototypes off the ground. Now for our second path, DigitalOcean. Let's call this one the empty house. See, you're not renting a furnished apartment anymore. You're leasing an empty space. DigitalOcean gives you a virtual private server, they call it a droplet, and it is completely up to you to furnish it. This gives you way more control and flexibility over your setup than Heroku ever could. So, what does furnishing the house actually involve? Well, you're basically putting on your system administrator hat. You've got to install Python, you've got to set up your Postgres database, then you configure 2 really key pieces of software. Gunicorn, which acts as a server for your Python code, and Nginx, which is the public-facing web server that handles all the traffic. On top of that, you're setting up your own firewall for security and managing SSL certificates for that little padlock icon in the browser. It's definitely more work, but hey, the house is set up exactly how you want it. And that brings us to our final and most powerful path, Amazon Web Services, or AWS. Now, if DigitalOcean is an empty house, think of AWS as a plot of land. You get the ultimate raw power and flexibility to build literally whatever you want, however you want, completely from the ground up. This is the path you take when you're building an application that needs to scale to the moon. With AWS, you're not just setting up a server. You are an architect, designing a whole system using these different building blocks. You'll use EC2 for your servers, RDS for a managed database, S3 for storing files, and a load balancer to spread traffic across multiple servers. Yeah, the learning curve is steep, no doubt, but the power you get is just unparalleled.
you can build an app that auto-scales, which means it automatically adds more servers when traffic spikes and then scales back down when things get quiet. It's incredible. Okay, so we have seen the 3 paths. We have the furnished apartment, the empty house, and the raw plot of land. But no matter which one you choose, there are some universal rules of the road. These are the best practices that are going to keep your application healthy, secure, and easy to maintain for the long haul. Think of these as 5 crucial habits. First, always use version control like get. No excuses. Second, set up something called a CI/CD pipeline. It's just a fancy way of saying you have an automated system for testing and deploying your code, which saves you a ton of headaches. Third, keep everything updated. Your server, your Django packages, updates often have critical security patches. Fourth, test your app under pressure to see how it handles a lot of traffic. And finally, use an error monitoring service. This way, you'll find out about bugs and crashes before your users even have a chance to complain. So we mentioned Gunicorn a couple of times back there, and it's super important for the DigitalOcean and AWS paths. So what on earth is it? Think of it like a translator at the United Nations. Your web server, Nginx, is out front, and it speaks internet traffic. Your Django app is in the back, and it only speaks Python. Gunicorn is the expert in the middle that flawlessly translates the requests from Nginx into a language Django can understand, and then translates Django's responses back. It's the critical link that makes the whole thing work. So, wow, we've covered a ton of ground, right? We went through the prep, the 3 big paths, and the universal best practices. It's a lot to take in, so the big question is still sitting there. What's your next move? Which of these paths is the right one for you and for your project? Let's boil it all down. Honestly, your choice really comes down to this one fundamental trade-off: simplicity versus control. If you value getting started fast with as little management as possible, maybe for a new idea or a prototype, then Heroku is absolutely your best friend. But if you need maximum power, total customizability, and the ability to scale to handle millions of users, then you need the building blocks that AWS provides. And of course, if you want a healthy balance right in the middle, that's the sweet spot where DigitalOcean lives. So there you have it. You've done it. You've picked a path, you navigated the setup, and your application is live on the internet for the whole world to see. It's an amazing feeling. But remember, deployment isn't the finish line, it's the starting line. So the final question isn't just, is my app deployed? But rather, is it ready for what comes next? Is it ready to grow, to handle success, and to scale? That's the real adventure. And now you have the map to get started.